Hi, and welcome to this episode of AdTastic. I'm Tony Stanall, and today we're talking with my former colleague, Martin Pazzani, CEO of Unbound Spirits. Welcome, Martin.
Great to be here, Tony. It's so great to talk to former FCB colleagues. It's one of my favorite eras of my career.
Yeah, same here. And you have, quite a range of working at various agencies and marketing organizations. What are some of your thoughts about what you're seeing out there today?
Yeah, as you mentioned, I was when I came to FCB, I was mostly a client CMO, and then after FCB, I went back to being a CMO. So I'm sort of an ad guy, but I'm sort of mostly a client, and I still look at things from a client perspective. And if there's anything that can really make a case for how I'm really feeling about it, when I went back to being a CMO after Faucon and Belding, I took all my business in-house because I was very disillusioned with what was happening in the ad business. I found it to be less creative, too expensive, too slow, and while there are signs here and there of renaissance coming back, I still think it's been disappointing to see a slide in the skill level and the value that agencies bring to the equation. And I still, and maybe it's because of my skill set and the people in my company's skill sets, we still prefer doing everything ourselves in-house. And mostly because most of my stuff is startups and we really can't afford agencies. But on the other hand, I can bring top talent into my world just as easily as if I was hiring an agency. And I think I get better results the closer in-house it is. So I have a lot of theories about why that is, but it's been a little bit distressing to see the lack of really big ideas and great copy and incredible visuals coming out of the ad business. It's not the way it was during the 80s and the 90s and a little bit after that. It's taken a slide.
Well, as a cheerleader for the ad industry, I used to look down on in-housing for marketing departments, bringing their agency work in-house under the guise of doing it cheaper and better and faster, not necessarily better or more creative. But I've come to see that some of these in-house agencies are winning creative awards too. And I'm working with a big one, a conglomerate of 55,000 employees, and they really want top creative talent at their in-house agency. It's amazing to me.
Well, the old argument was always you can't get top talent on an in-house agency because they'll only be working on one account, and you need to move people around to keep them energized. The other side of that argument is they get depth of experience. One of the problems I always had with agencies, and I've worked with dozens. I mean, I worked with McCann and Y&R, and FCB was actually my agency for a while. I don't think because people work on many accounts and they're very busy, they don't get the depth of insight that you can get when you bring people in and they focus on one business or one brand. So I always thought that was more important than that. And for some reason, my teams have always been able to attract really top talent and done great work that was better than what we got from an agency. And so I was comfortable with that. But I think most CMOs don't know how to run, they've not been on the agency side. So maybe that's because I have spent so much time, at DDB and at FCB, where I kind of know how the business works and can work within that. But most people, it's a big unknown how an agency works. And therefore, that's why they are constantly bringing an agency in. So, there's no perfect answer. You got to customize your solutions for your particular situation, both your brands, your company, and the timing. And I think it takes, constant review of whether you're doing it right or not.
Yeah, well, thanks for sharing that, Martin, and thanks for being with us today. I would reckon that you're a pretty good client, given that you have all that agency experience. You're not one of the evil ones that goes to the other side of the desk and turns on the agency.
I think I was. It depends on who you ask. I've had my moments of being called evil. I think that was to some extent that was a knee jerk reaction, often against clients. But no, more often than not, I think I'm pretty good to work with. And I think that's the reason I've been able to attract really great creative directors to my businesses. In fact, three of my business partners are top notch creative directors in ad world. And so, yeah, I think that there's a part of um, creatives who want to work with really good marketing people, and that's often the part of the equation that falls down. I'm equally critical of CMOs these days. It's not just you know I I think that what both sides of the table are lacking is the depth of experience and training that we had in our generation. There was a great deal of time spent on acquiring skills. And now it just all happens so fast, and people are rushed into positions that I don't think they're fully ready for. And there's also, the tools available in digital world give people, I think, a false sense of confidence that they're able to do marketing and advertising without what comes behind it, which is understanding the consumer, learning the context of your creativity so that you can actually evaluate whether you're being creative or not, having original ideas. There's a lot of layers of experience that come with doing these jobs correctly. And I don't see that out there right now. What I see is uh, AI trying to create copy. I see there's actually some software out there that's writing copy for a lot of people, and it's actually not that bad. It's not necessarily
Scary stuff.
original, but it works for some people.
That's right. Well, thanks for joining us today, Martin. A provocative conversation. Next time we could talk about the CMO side of things. I don't know if you'd like to come back.
You bet. Anytime, Tony. For you, you got it.
And thank you for joining us on this episode of AdTastic. You could find out more about Martin Pazzani at dailyadbrief.com. We'll see you next episode.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.